I'm Robrad78.
And I'm Fidget 1185.
And welcome to our Couples Therapy.
Because they be calling me a hot dog hater. You know how it is. But I don't hate hot dogs. I am a hot dog. Woo!
It's tiring being alone.
Welcome, everybody, to Couples Therapy, where we talk about this, that, and the other thing. And if you haven't caught them already, go check out our other 2 episodes. On today's episode, we are going to be talking about our favorite foods and our favorite snacks, and just food and snacks in general.
And drinks.
And drinks.
What kind of snacks do you be snacking on? Let's start with snacks, because you want to snack up before you get to the main course.
It just kind of depends on my mood, because sometimes I want something like a gummy bear or something gummy, something sweet, sour. Sometimes, it just really all depends. What about you?
Okay, yeah, I like gummy bears. I like gummy worms. I like sour gummy worms. Sour gummy bears, Big into Reese's. I like peanut butter and chocolate mix. It's weird. I like Reese's, but any of the shape Reese's, the peanut butter paste just tastes a little weird to me. I prefer the original. It just seems like weird peanut butter. Weird peanut butter paste on any of the shaped ones. It tastes a little weird.
I thought it would all just be the same peanut butter.
You would think, but it's not.
Huh.
It tastes different to me. Big into peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, of course.
And
When I was a kid, I grew up on peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. In fact, it was like the only thing I would ever eat. For a while there, I was so picky that was the only thing I'd eat, and my dad had to go to the doctor and see if it was okay for me to only eat that. And the doctor essentially said, yes, he's getting his protein, so he'll be all right. Eventually, I grew into liking spaghetti as well. Spaghetti is something that a lot of wrestlers eat because it's no carbs and it's good for you. And yeah, so a lot of wrestlers would eat spaghetti, and I got used to that. Just plain noodles. Sometimes you put a little Parmesan on there and shredded cheese. But of course, I never had a problem with weight, but on the wrestling side, except for my senior year, where I was 106 when I needed to be 103, but I had a 0.06% body fat, which means I would have had to lose muscle just to get down to 103. So I ended up dropping out of wrestling, but it is what it is.
That's nuts.
Yeah. So you're at the Wally World, aka the Walmart. You go down the snack aisle. What's one of the first things you're going for? What are you diving for?
Either a good cookie or like some Doritos.
Okay.
Really big into Doritos.
Chips aisle. You're down the Doritos aisle. Which Doritos?
If they have them, Cool Ranch is top notch, #1 favorite. But if they don't have that, the regular nacho cheese is good. Like which one's in the purple bag? The
sweet chili one.
That one's
sweet
good.
Spicy chili.
So pretty much almost any of them.
Is it? Yeah, sweet and spicy chili. I think that's what it is. But yeah, sweet and spicy chili is good.
I like the tangy barbecue one.
Tangy barbecue is a newer one, and I like it. I always thought they need to make that into a taco shell for Taco Bell and put chicken in it and barbecue sauce. Come on now, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
If I was going down the chip aisle, I think the first thing I would go for would be, I don't know, I'm into Lay's. So like, I'd probably do a flavored Lay's. I'd probably do like, I don't know, I'm feeling like a sour cream and onion, maybe a barbecue. Sometimes the off-brand or the generic brand of barbecue chips are just perfect because like they have that like really they powder their chips more than the Lay's do. The Lay's be slacking on that powder. But
because they want you to buy them.
And then every once in a while you get that one chip in the generic brand that has like all the powder. And you're like, I've got the golden chip. And then like in Lay's, every once in a while you get that green chip and you're like, yes, it's the best one. So chip aisle, we picked our chips. Another one I like to do is Cheetos or Fritos.
Yeah, those are good.
The thing is with Cheetos, I like to have a smaller bag where I can just open it up and drink it down because I don't like having to put my fingers in it.
And all the cheese dust.
Yeah. And I like the Cheetos mac and cheese. So good. Only one I didn't care for was the Flamin' Hot just because it was so spicy that it wasn't really edible.
Right.
And somebody out there is like, it's not that spicy, you wuss. Well, oh well. I like the jalapeno cheddar one. It's perfect.
Or as I like to call it, the cheesy pino.
Yeah. In fact, I did a little mixture with the jalapeno cheddar mac and cheese. I put Spam in there. I put Flamin' Hot Cheetos in there. And yeah, that was the perfect mix. We had that once when I was cooking just to try it out, and it was really good. I liked it.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. So, chip aisle, we figured that out. Snack aisle, you going with Hostess or Little Debbie's?
Probably Little Debbie. And my favorite Little Debbie snack for as long as I could remember was the oatmeal cream pie.
Okay. She's a cream pie fan. Okay. And for me, I'm also Little Debbie. I grew up on Little Debbie more than Hostess. Hostess was always, when I was a kid, I didn't have a whole lot of money growing up, and Little Debbie's were usually a little cheaper. And although I did love a Ding Dong or Snowball.
Don't like those.
Mm-hmm. Snowball, Snow Bizzle. And but my main favorites were Fudge Rounds. You gotta get that Star Crunch. Every once in a while, I wasn't a very big fan, but I like the Nutty Bars. I'm just not big on wafers. I like Nutty Bars, but like it's not my first choice. Grew up eating Pop-Tarts too. They're kind of like a snack too. That's not any Little Debbie's, but Little Debbie's also had like the cakes with the little filling in the middle. It was like a roll. They're rolls, not just the Swiss rolls. Those are good, but the Swiss rolls, I like those, but by the time you get them out of the wrapper, all the little chocolate around it is falling everywhere, and it's so messy.
Or what I hate is like on the bottom, the chocolate part would be stuck on the like little cardboard insert, and it's
and
like
you gotta eat the cardboard just because.
And it's like that's the best part.
I want it all, so you just eat that cardboard piece because it's edible.
No, it's not.
But yeah, they had like Boston cream rolls or stuff like that,
sounds good.
or a banana one. And they had strawberry shortcake ones. They were always good. Yes, I know my snacks. Oh, and the cosmic brownies. Can't forget the cosmic brownies. It's the brownies with the little rainbow sprinkles. But now they have a new one that I like even more than that. It's a cookies and cream brownie. So if you haven't tried that, that's really good.
I guess I need to try it.
Yes, I know everything about snacks. Candy. We've already talked about gummies. Chocolates. What are you going for? What kind of chocolate? You go Hershey's, you go Reese's, you go Snickers, Three Musketeers.
Usually it'll be like a Hershey's, and what I like to do is
You like those Hershey's Sympathies or whatever.
Symphony or whatever.
Symphonies, yeah.
But what I like to do is at my work is we get the really big, like the extra large bars. I'll buy one of those, and then I'll buy a box of can't remember the brand, but they're shortbread cookies, like come in like little tiny squares, and then so you break off, a square of chocolate, open a little pack, because there's in each little pack there's like 4 cookies in it, and just make like a little cookie chocolate sandwich situation. But yeah, generally like Hershey's, or again, a lot of my kind of snack needs are just kind of depending on my mood and kind of what I want at the time. But yeah.
All right, we talked about gummies as well. What kind of gummies you going with? You going Haribo? You going, what is it, Albanese or?
The one in the white bag.
Yeah. You going with Black Forest? I mean, I know my snacks, so come on. Gushers?
I'm going Haribo. I would have
Tastes
to
so
say.
Haribo. I always say it tastes so Haribo.
I don't know. I just feel like those have like a really good flavor to them.
They do. Sometimes the generic ones, like that come in the store, they leave like a funny, like tickly feel on my teeth. And I don't know. I've noticed that. But I gotta agree. Black Forest does make some cool, like, gummy burst ones, but I'm sure eventually Haribo will come out with something that's even better than that. Trolli's another one.
Yes.
Trolli's good. They're good for the sourness. They do.
I like their gummy products, their worms, their
They got gummy
octopus.
llamas. They got gummy spiders.
Spiders I'm not overly fond of, but they do taste delicious.
They're basically like the octopus ones.
Right.
Peach rings. What kind of rings you go for? You got peach, apple, watermelon, blue razzmatazz. You got. I think that's pretty much it.
I guess you could call me basic, but I generally go for like the peach.
Nothing wrong with that. I like the apple. It's good. Blue razzmatazz pretty good.
I guess I have to just kind of venture out more and just to try like the different kinds of, one thing.
All right, so we talked about snacks. Any other snacks?
Nothing comes to the top of my mind at the moment.
Cookies. We didn't talk about cookies. Let's talk about cookies. You go in chocolate chip. You go in completely out of the Oreos. I mean, out of the ordinary. See what I did there, guys? You're going to go with Oreos. You got chocolate chip. You got Chip Ahoy. You got, what is it, Grandma Amos?
Famous Amos?
Famous Amos. What's the grandma one?
I didn't
There's
really...
a grandma one in the little packages.
Oh, where it's like the...
They're really soft cookies. They're good. You got those protein bar cookies, too.
Oh, are you talking about the ones where, like, the red bag is, like, the chocolate chip cookie, like, the purple one is, like, the oatmeal raisin or whatever? I can't... I know which ones you're talking about,
I think
but...
the yellow one's peanut butter, because that's my favorite.
Oh, the golden one?
Yeah.
Golden, yellow, whatever.
It's like Granny's something.
Right. If anybody knows, please let us know down in the comments, because we can't think of it.
I'll put a picture in it when I edit this, I swear. But that's the one we're talking about.
Yes.
I like those because they're very soft.
Again,
But some of these names are so, like, out of the random that it's hard to know them.
it's hard to remember, but when you see it, you're like, that's the one.
Yeah. It's literally right there by the Oreos when you go to Walmart. But it's in, like, a little square.
Right.
Comes with 2.
In each little package.
Used to have them in the vending machine at my work. Not this work, but the other work I used to work. That, and the other.
Back before I moved out here at my old job, we used to have them in the vending machine.
Yep. And then sometimes you just get the vending machine giant cookie. Yeah, that's good too. Subway cookies are pretty good. I like Subway cookies. Cookies from Subway. They got that new foot-long cookie. It's basically like a, I'd say it's more of a cookie bar.
Cookie bars, those are good too.
Yeah. So, which cookie are you going with? What's your flavor? Is it chocolate chip? Is it? Mine's the chocolate macadamia, where the chocolate, where the cookie is brown. It's the chocolateness, and then the white macadamia nut. It's like the white chocolate chips. Oh, it's my favorite. Pick it every time. I do like a red velvet too. A red velvet cookie. I made key lime pie cookies one time. They're really good too.
I'll have to try those sometime to make them.
But what is yours? The peanut butter cookie. I always love peanut butter.
Well, can't go wrong with a good old, chocolate chip cookie. But, good old peanut butter's good. If they're made the right way or made correctly, whatever, a good old snickerdoodle.
Yep. Those are good. That wasn't mentioned yet, but that's good.
What else?
I got one for us.
What's that?
What about the cordial cherry cookies?
Oh, that we made those. Oh my.
My brother calls them reindeer poop, but they're really good. I'll put a picture down below as well.
Those were really good, and I can't wait for us to make more. Like when I brought them to work.
They're our fan favorites of what we bake.
Yeah, when I brought some in for my coworker, she's basically like, "So when are you bringing me more?"
So basically, as you're going to see from the picture down below, is that it's a chocolate cookie. It's got a cherry in the middle. You put a little dent in the thing. You put a cherry in the middle, and then you put chocolate sauce on top. And it literally, when it dries up, tuck it in like a little blanket with the chocolate sauce. And then it looks like a chocolate cordial that you would get around Christmas time. And it tastes just like it, but in cookie form.
Yeah.
Really good.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
So that's probably one of my favorite cookies, honestly. Glad I started reading those books that give the recipes. And you're big into ice cream. Let's go into ice cream. So what's your ice cream flavors? We know...
My number one top choice is mint chocolate chip.
Not pickle? Or mac and cheese?
No, but we'll get into those in a second. And I'm talking about the, green ice cream with the chocolate in it, not the white ice cream with the chocolate in it. There is a difference. But yeah, number one all-time favorite, it's been my favorite since I was a kid, is mint chocolate chip. My mom actually got me liking this one, was Rocky Road chocolate ice cream with the nuts and the marshmallows in it. Third favorite, or just another favorite in general, is the Ben & Jerry's fish food.
Huh.
Can't remember if it's like chocolate ice cream, but it has like little like chocolate fish in it, and it's got gobs of marshmallow in it.
See, she knows her ice cream. I don't know my ice cream.
Can't go wrong with a good old, chocolate peanut butter ice cream. Because I love, getting like the big old like chunks of peanut butter in there.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was a kid, my dad would take us to like the drugstore, like Walgreens or whatever back in the day.
You guys had stores with drugs.
That's what they were called back in the day. They would have, someone standing behind the counter selling ice cream. And, I remember, as a kid, like, you like the bubble gum, the cotton candy, things like that. So probably like those flavors as a kid. Not as much now.
Yeah, I like the bubble gum and the cotton candy. Lieutenant Dan ice cream.
Do you have a favorite?
I mean, growing up, I honestly did like mint chocolate chip as well. That was one of my favorites, so I agree with you on that. But I also liked cookie dough. I was okay with every once in a while a sherbet. And then Neapolitan, you couldn't go wrong with that, where you get a little bit of chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry.
I wasn't overly fond of Neapolitan.
Well, that's you, not me.
I'm just saying.
That's your prerogative, not mine. I don't know. Every once in a while, I just throw it out there, do random flavors. But, like, if I went into, like, malt flavors, I always get the peanut butter malt, which is basically ice cream, but you can drink it. When you go to, like, a fast food restaurant and you get, like, an ice cream flurry thing or whatever they call them, polar swirls or whatever, I always like getting the Reese's one or the cookie dough one. Sometimes they cheap out on the M&Ms, Fidget says. But you can't go wrong with an Oreo either. And sometimes the Oreo ice creams. Sometimes, what about the ice cream bars? So what's your favorite kind of ice cream bar? My personal favorite is like the ones that have like the breading or whatever on or all around it. You know what I mean? Like the crumbs that's all around the bar. It makes it nice and soft, and then it's ice cream in the middle. It's not the chocolate-covered hard shell where all the hard shell falls on your beard and you're on the floor. But it's like the breading stuff. You know what I mean?
I think so.
Yeah, usually they're like strawberry like all around it. It looks pink, or it's
like a
chocolate.
strawberry shortcake type thing.
Yeah.
Where
They make an Oreo one now too, and they make a Reese's one, which they're both really good.
But so I would have to say I like the drumsticks, even though, yeah, with the hardened chocolate, it does tend to make it a little hard to eat. But thankfully, I don't have to worry about getting any in my beard.
I like those. I just always got tired of the peanuts always falling out.
And I do really like the ones that have like the hardened chocolate, but I don't know. I like them, but I don't at the same time, because it's like you have to eat all of like the chocolate first, which I feel kind of defeats the point, because like I feel like you should be able to take a bite and enjoy some of the chocolate and the vanilla ice cream, not have to worry like, oh no, is it all gonna fall on the floor and is my dog gonna eat it, you know? Little chocolate never hurt, right?
Nah.
But the drumsticks are one of my favorites, and I like how now like they have ones where it has like the caramel like in the middle of the ice cream, and like they're coming out with like a bunch of like different ones, so it's not just like the generic
3 flavors.
Well, not only that, but it's not just the generic vanilla ice cream.
Yeah. Another thing that we can mix, we got our cookie, and we got the cookie sandwich, ice cream sandwich. Oh man, those are good. And they got a mint chocolate chip one. They put 2 chocolate cookies, and then they put the mint in the middle. So good. Also, I like a good ice cream sandwich, just the regular or the Neapolitan. They're good. And like I said, mint chocolate chip ones or the cookie dough ones, they're all good. Other snacks, frozen snacks, you could talk about like ices. I've had a lot of ices. I've had Sour Patch Kid ices. I've had Starburst ices. I've had Coca-Cola, Dr. Pepper, Mountain Dew ices.
You've had them all.
I've had them all. Cherry, Blue Raz. Just icy fan. But, let us know down below what your guys' favorite frozen treats are. Feel free to comment down below on all the snacks that you guys like. Other things that we like, we're going to get into drinks now. What kind of drinks do you go for? So let's start with adult beverages. What kind of adult beverages do you go for?
Like, if I'm at home, can't go wrong with something simple, like soda and mix it with like a vodka type thing. So there's that. Like if I'm out, like
specific soda, specific vodka.
I mean, can't go wrong with a good old Dr. Pepper as a soda, because that's all-time favorite. That's my all-time favorite.
It's got 23 flavors, so you can get a
bunch
bunch
of goodness,
in there.
right? And I mean, I won't go like bottom of the shelf. I mean, like, I'll go mid to slightly above mid for vodka.
See, I'm particular on my vodka brands. I like New Amsterdam. I like Skull Vodka, and yeah, it's pretty much it for me.
But like if I'm out, like at a bar or at a restaurant, like if I'm at a restaurant, let's say like a Mexican restaurant, like for dinner, like I'll get a margarita.
Ooh.
But like if I'm at a bar,
I had one of those the other day.
Like if I'm at a bar, like I tend to go for like the mixed
Sure.
like girly drinks, just because I'm not overly fond of like drinking beer, and if I do, I'm very, very particular about that. But so typically what I go for is like the mixed.
Yeah, I've noticed the only beers that you really like are the very like fruity, flavory beers. But which checks out with what everything else you've been saying so far about the adult beverages.
What about you?
For me, adult beverages, I get into my whiskey sometimes. I get the old, you can't go wrong with Jack and Coke. Can't go wrong with Jack and Coke. Or a little Jim Beam and Coke. One time, me and my buddies, we were mixing Mountain Dew with cheap vodka. But we were so far in, and one of my buddies wasn't a drinker. And so he was just drinking the Mountain Dew. And well, we ran out of Mountain Dew, so me and the other guy got to drinking so much that we mixed the vodka with the beer. Because we were just like, oh, they're going in there anyways. Needless to say, I did not drive home that night. But yeah, you got your whiskeys. I like all sorts of whiskeys. I like, my Bird Dogs. I like my Jack, Jim. And sometimes I get like a fancier brand. Other drinks I like, good mixers, is McGillicuddy's. I like doing the cherry with Dr. Pepper. You can't even taste the McGillicuddy's. But they have a root beer flavor one. They have a grape one. They have mint. They even have a whiskey, a blackberry whiskey, which is really good. I could go for days. Like I said, vodka, Skull Vodka, New Amsterdam vodka. New Amsterdam's my number one. Skull Vodka, mainly like it for the prosthetic. And Dan Aykroyd, I'm a big fan of him, so love supporting him. So when I'm mixing vodka, it's typically like a Mountain Dew, Sprite, something light with it. And then, like, if I'm a beer guy. I'm saying all this like we drink all the time. We hardly ever drink. But Coors Banquet guy. I like Coors Banquet number 1. I like Shock Top. I also like Budweiser and Bud Light. But and then every once in a while I'll have like a Lennon Kugels or something like that. But other than that, I don't really venture out too much. We do have a local brewery around here that has cool flavors and stuff. But yeah.
Like one beer, like I am okay with is like a Corona. I can.
Yeah.
I
like Corona too.
And especially if you got a lime, you shove it right in the bottle.
That's what I like about Blue Moon or Shock Top, is you get an orange slice with them. And
one thing that you did one week when I came home from work, what were we drinking? Root beer and was it chocolate whiskey? The chocolate whiskey? Yeah, that was good.
Yep.
So again, another mixed drink for you.
Yeah. I like a good root beer when it comes to sodas. So speaking of sodas, all right, first off, we're going to do the battle of the brands. You got Dr. Pepper and 7-Up products, you got Coca-Cola products, and you got Pepsi and Mountain Dew products. Which one are you going with?
Dr. Pepper.
Same. I like a little bit of everything, but Dr. Pepper, pound for pound, has all my favorites in it. If I was going to go with Crush, I was going to go with Sunkist. It's weird that they got two brands that make the same essential stuff but taste differently somehow, but are both really good. You got Squirt, you got Sundrop. Again, kind of the same, soury, different flavors, but kind of in the same breach, but you don't really see much of them in the other brands. You got Dr. Pepper, of course, 7-Up. You got Venom for energy drinks. You got Snapple. They make Snapple. Yep.
They make everything.
They make RC Cola, and they make. I feel like I'm missing something else. I used to be really good at these. Oh, they make A&W. So, there's those. And then Coca-Cola. I mean, I like Coca-Cola, but every once in a while it gives me a gut ache. Or if I haven't had it in a while, it gives me like a sharp in the throat. It says, hello, I'm here. But Coca-Cola, it's okay.
Coke's good.
It's okay. But I like more of their flavored stuff, like a vanilla Coke or the orange creamsicle Coke or even a cherry Coke. Can go cherry Coke fountain. If I'm going to go fountain and they only have Coke products, cherry Coke's one of the go-tos. Barg's root beer. They got Barg's root beer. Pib Extra. That's one of my favorites personally, the spicy cherry cola. Probably because it's the most closest to Dr. Pepper, honestly.
Right.
And then they got other products. They got Sprite. They got what else? I'm gonna mess up on Coca-Cola because I don't know everything, but They have quite a bit.
You know
I think,
more than I do.
think they're the ones that own Powerade. Don't quote me on that. Powerade might be associated on its own.
And quoted.
Trying to think of anything else.
But yeah.
Fanta. They own Fanta.
Jeez.
So, which I love Fanta. Pepsi and Mountain Dew products. See, this thing about Mountain Dew, though, is it's an array of flavors. A lot of them are just mixed flavors together. Like, they mix the core flavors and then say, oh, it's a new flavor.
But yet it works somehow.
And it works, yeah. But, so you can argue with, like, they basically can make any of the other fruity flavors with just Mountain Dew. They even made their own Sprite with Mountain Dew. It was called Mountain Dew Ice. If you haven't tried it, I don't think they still have it around. They might, but it was pretty good, actually. Then you got Pepsi. You had Doc from them. Yeah, it was like a Dr. Pepper. Other Pepsi products. I'm trying to get on the train with this. Oh man, those are the core too. Really, they take over everything on that.
Right.
I think Pepsi has Mug. Because Bargs is Coke, so Mug was Pepsi product. Also, they have... I had it on the tip of my tongue earlier, then I interrupted myself. Pepsi. I had it. I lost it. Oof. I don't know where I was going. Oh, they have Sierra Mist, or Starry now. Starry. Which I like Starry.
It's all the same.
It really is, but I like the colorness of it. Like, they changed the prosthetics, and I just thought it looks cooler. Only thing I gotta say about Starry, or some of the, if I have too much of Starry specifically, because I don't really drink the other ones anymore as much, but if I have too much of it, I notice I start to feel the syrup really, really much.
That coat your throat.
Yeah. Pepsi. We'll have to do a challenge on this because I'm not 100% sure which one's better, Cherry Pepsi or Cherry Cola. I want to say Cherry Pepsi.
I want to say Cherry Coke.
So we're going to have to do a battle of brands there. Battle of bands. We'll play the cans. Battle of the brands on that one. And see if we can still stand against that. But yeah, again, like, it's weird because, like, some drinks are better on fountain than they are bottles. Some are better in cans than they are in fountain and bottles. You know, it's just, it really depends on what you like. And then, of course, you got the glass bottles. Out of all of those, which ones are your favorite? The fountain, the glass bottle, I think, personally, I would go with glass bottle. Just has a more authentic taste. I think that's the original taste, you know?
I would say,
As a drink out of a can.
like, glass
Coca-Cola.
bottles are good. I don't know. I feel sometimes, like, versus a can versus like a plastic bottle. Like, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like you kind of get like kind of like a plasticky taste, or maybe not necessarily a metallic, but an aluminum taste. But then again, that could also be how long had the product been sitting on the shelf for, you know? And then, you know, fountain drinks themselves are good, but I have found that they can be very hit or miss. Like, when I would, you know, go to fast food, you know, I would get, you know, Dr. Pepper or whatever, like Pib Extra or whatever, like Dr. Pepper they had. And it never tasted right. And this was like even before my taste buds got all messed up. Like, to me, it was like the ratio to like the carbonation to syrup was off, and to me it never tasted the same. So it's like, well, and then so I always started to get Coke, because Coke tasted the same to me from a fountain versus like a can.
Coke.
Yes. Coca-Cola. And then back home, like, we had a Fuddruckers, which is
What'd you call me?
Fuddruckers. It's burger joint.
I know, it sounds so bad, though.
And I liked the kind of soda machine they had because it was one of those ones where it's like, okay, if you pick Coke, then you could either just have like a regular Coke or, you can have like add the flavors. So I would get, like a vanilla Coke or a cherry Coke, things like that. And those machines were great. Those tastes were pretty usually like spot on. Like,
We have a few of those here.
oh, okay. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't get out much,
This
but
is true.
but yeah.
So again, I don't know, sometimes an ice cold fountain drink, you can't go wrong if it's hooked up right or not almost empty. Another thing I'd like to say on this, okay, brands of water. So Coke owns, I believe, Dasani. Then Dr. Pepper Products owns Deja Blue. And Pepsi Products own Aquafina, I believe. So, out of those three, which one are you going for?
Well, I've never had Deja Blue, so really don't have an opinion on that one. I guess Aquafina.
You don't like the taste of pennies? Or nickels?
Yeah,
That's what everybody says Dasani tastes like.
I mean, if I want to lick nickels, I'll just go grab a bunch of nickels and lick them. I don't necessarily want to be drinking it,
Yeah, that's what a lot of people say about Dasani. Yeah, I like Deja Blue, but again, you haven't had it, so you don't know.
No.
Aquafina's not bad. I like regular water, like you can get the Nestle water, you can get the Ice Mountain, those kind of waters. Those are my kind. Your local store brand water, just tastes like water.
I hate like the more like fancier ones
Yeah.
where like they add in like the minerals for your benefit, and it's like I get it, but then it's like I don't want to be primarily tasting that.
Right.
It's like if I'm drinking water, why can't my water just be water flavored water?
Speaking of flavored water, what do you think? Powder, squeezable liquid? What's your thoughts on those? Which one would you prefer?
I usually go for like the powder.
And I go for squeezable liquid.
I mean, at least with the powder, if you have like a regular standard bottle of water, you generally know like one of them little packets is going to be good. Or if you're like me who like a stronger flavor, you go a packet and a half. But then I feel like with the squeeze, it's like, okay, you squeeze a little and then it's like you have to find that right ratio for you. And then it's like by the time you're done, you're like, oh, I drank all the water trying to figure it out.
See, with me, the packets, sometimes there's too much powder. And it gets...
Like gritty?
Yeah, it gets gritty on me. One we haven't done yet, the Battle of the Bands here. I believe, quote me on this, Mountain Dew has Monster, Dr. Pepper has Venom, and Coke has Red Bull. Which one are you going with?
Used to be Monster, but now it's Red Bull.
Red Bull. I do see you get a lot of Red Bull. I'm not really supposed to have energy drinks, but out of those three, I think I would have to go with... I'm not a practice on it, though, so really can't say. But if I was going to go for one right now, I want to say I would go for Monster. Venom's harder to find. They're good, but maybe Dr. Pepper products aren't trying to push out as much energy drinks. Right. And then you can't go wrong with Snapple. I believe Brisk is... I want to say it's... I'm going to get wrong on these. Somebody's going to kill me in the comments. Somebody's going to work at these companies and be like, you got everything wrong, dude. Right. But Brisk, I want to say, is like Pepsi or something. Even though it was at the A&W, so it could be a Dr. Pepper product, too.
You're looking at the wrong person.
It could be Pepsi. I try to... Because, like, a lot of the times they shape the bottles in the same way. for different brands.
Like, one brand bottle is this.
Yeah. I'll show you that next time we go, what I'm talking about.
Okay.
So, like, our Coke bottles are like this. But you notice Sprite's always shaped that way.
I never really...
Paid attention, wow.
No.
Now you're going to notice. And then Pepsi is more of like a round down whoop, whereas Dr. Pepper is like short round, then down whoop. You'll see when we go in the house. We got Mountain Dew and Dr. Pepper in the house too, so you'll see 3 different bottle types. Here in our location, I've noticed in different districts they have different shaped bottles too. I don't know. Different in other states than here. Cans look all the same. I will say sometimes Pepsi products have like a gold color on top, whereas like Coke doesn't, or Dr. Pepper doesn't. Stuff you'll notice now, though.
Only because you pointed it out to me. I mean, had you not, I still would have been blissfully unaware.
I am a pillar of useless knowledge.
You are, but it's somewhat interesting.
It's helpful for this episode, which, yeah. Okay, and we haven't even gotten into food, so let's get into food. And we got something for you guys at the end as well. So we're going to try to go into food as quick as we can. Food's food. I mean, I love all food, pretty much. I was eating sardines last night before I went to bed. So, you know, I'm not too picky.
Were you really?
Yeah.
Didn't know we had those in the house.
Yes, we do. We had hot mustard, or like honey mustard ones. And we have Louisiana hot sauce ones. And I ate the mustard one. But,
just regular flavored sardine?
Nope. Just had those two. I like Vienna sausages and I like Spam too. But if I haven't scared you away yet, for actual food though, you know, you got your pizzas. What kind of pizza topping you going? Are you you got pepperoni, you got sausage, you got, vegetables.
Give me like an all meat.
All meat.
Like that's like
Canadian bacon. Or, as the Canadians say, it's not our bacon. It's just sliced ham. It's thin sliced ham. It's not Canadian bacon. I say that to Canadians sometimes. I'm like, oh, I love your bacon, by the way. And they're like, no, don't say that.
So yeah, like an all meat. Can't really go wrong with just a good old pepperoni.
Pep.
And then,
But do you eat pepperonis?
No, that's gross. And sometimes you're just in the mood for a plain cheese pizza sometimes.
Sometimes. When you feel like you don't want to have to go to the bathroom for a week.
Well, you don't eat the whole thing.
See, that's me. I eat the whole thing.
And I've done this once before, and it was actually quite good, I think, if I remember. I had a cheese pizza, fresh out of the oven, all nice, hot, greasy, and put M&Ms on it. It was actually...
What?
Yeah.
I said, I didn't process it until just now. No, I'm gonna have to try it before I say, because that's questionable. I was like, wait, I just processed what I heard. It went from lighthearted breaded cheese with sauce and then sweetness on it. I'm like, wait, what? Okay, so I'll have to try it.
No, we'll have to try it.
I'll have to try it, but I went, yeah, that sounds delicious. But no, I'm on the other side right now. I'm saying that I don't think that will be good. But I like a good grilled cheese with jelly on top. And you'd think that would be weird.
Yeah, that is weird.
But it's actually pretty good, so I'm willing to try it.
And I'm willing to try your grilled cheese with jelly.
Another video to come. These will probably not be podcast episodes. These will probably just be compilation videos.
Compilations?
That word. We haven't drank, I swear.
Complications.
It's just lack of sleep.
I mean, it might cause some complications. Who knows?
If I'm eating too much cheese pizza.
But, yeah.
Constipation.
I guess, throw on some, onion and bell peppers on there, too.
True.
So, here's a hot debate topic. Are you a pineapple on pizza kind of guy?
Heck yeah.
No.
Hawaiian pizza.
No. Pineapple doesn't go on pizza.
Another bait we're going to have.
Yeah, and you know how many comments we're gonna get? Yes, it does. Pineapple does go on pizza, but
Let us know. Does pineapple go on pizza? It does.
No, it doesn't.
Okay. We have only done pizza. We got so many ranges. You got your classic American, you got your Hispanic food, you got your Asian food, you got your Indian food, you got Greek food. What are you going for? We could probably do a part 2 episode of this, honestly.
Sometimes, you just want a good, sushi roll.
Oh, of course. I didn't even say, well, that's Asian food. Yeah.
Yeah, that's...
I was very broad with my Asian. Because you can be
all over the map with that one.
Yeah.
But, not too long ago, you and I went out for lunch and had some sushi. And typically when we go, I'll get a couple rolls, and standard one that I usually get is California roll, which is crab, avocado, a little bit of cucumber.
Question on the sushi?
Yes.
Do you prefer cooked or raw?
Both.
Both. Good answer. You've passed the test.
And then one of the new ones that I tried, because it looked really interesting, it was called the Angry Dragon or something to that effect.
Yep.
And it was really cool because when they brought it out, they stacked it in a way to where it looked like a dragon head, and the little ears were tempura shrimp, and it was...
I will say Asian culture is very about presentation.
Yes.
They're all about their presentation. I will say that honestly, most places but America are about presentation. We're like, here you go, here's some fries and a burger. But a lot of times when you go to these other restaurants, the food almost looks just like the picture. Especially at the sushi place we go to. They do a very well job at that.
And that's what draws me in is the picture.
Yeah. I get the scorpion roll. I know we've talked about that before. Other things I like the sunshine roll. It's really good. They got a rainbow roll where it's just a bunch of the different rolls.
Raw fish.
Yeah. And so we're gonna have a part 2 of this, of course. Maybe we'll do just food, so we can do the food thing, because we could talk about that all day. We haven't even gotten into Hispanic food, Greek food, Indian food, but I don't know. I don't think you want to hold this on for too much longer. We still got another segment to do, and then, today, as we're recording, we're going to be watching Monday Night Raw. I do want to add, because we also like to let you guys know what we're doing in our real life, too. We just went to the movies yesterday, as of the recording, and we saw the new Beetlejuice movie, Beetlejuice, and we also saw The Killer's Game, which... We saw that because it had some of our wrestling buddies in there. People we like, especially her. She's a big Drew McIntyre fan. Again, this isn't a wrestling podcast. If you want a wrestling podcast, go over to the Bros. But we can still talk about it. I mean, it is a big part of our life, and I'm sure we will do an episode talking about it eventually. But, thoughts on the movies? What'd you think? I don't think me and her are very picky on our movies. I will say a lot of times we're like, it was pretty good. If it entertained me, if it made me laugh, did a good job. If it made me sad, scared me, or was just intense action, I'm going to be alright with it.
Killer's Game was interesting, storyline for the movie. Won't go into it.
No spoilers.
As Robrad mentioned, my favorite wrestler is in the movie. And I'm glad he was in it for longer than I thought, because, he's going to be in it. And I'm thinking, great, he's going to be, the last 10 seconds of the movie. Oh, there he is. No, I was pleasantly surprised that wasn't the case. So, good movie. I do recommend it, if you like action, that sort of thing. Beetlejuice. It was good. I liked it. It was, if you want to interject there.
I feel like there's a lot of the story unanswered, though. Like, I feel like this was a weird filler movie. Like, they gotta make a third one, I think. Because, like, it didn't feel like fully a Beetlejuice movie. It felt like it was basically a character developed movie. Like, it didn't really... You didn't see a whole lot of him. And he didn't get as wacky and crazy as he normally does. He did a little bit, but he wasn't... It didn't... I don't want to spoil it for you guys, but I don't know. It's good, but I feel like there was questions or, like, you wanted a little more out of it.
Yeah. I felt like...
I'm still going to watch it again. And I still think it's a great for the franchise. I just hope they make a... They gotta make a Beetlejuice.
And maybe that's in the works. Who knows? Time
I
will
hope
tell.
so.
But yeah, I do agree. It was good. It just, I felt like there was some like unanswered questions, kind of.
And this could be another podcast episode. We talk about movies and TV shows. That's definitely going to come out soon. You guys look forward to that episode as soon as well. We do somewhat weekly episodics here. But, who knows, that could be the next one, or it could be 5 months from now when you guys forget about it. So stay tuned. We do have, in the food and snacks section, it's snacks, and we got drinks. We got to try some, as of recording, these are new. This video won't come out until 10 years from now. No, I'm just kidding. But it is new. If you want to grab those, and we'll reveal at the same time. We got... the new, here we go, 3, 2, 1, Coca-Cola and Oreo clash together. You got the Oreos that taste like Coca-Cola, and you got the Coca-Cola that tastes like Oreos. They've been sitting out here for a little bit, that's why we got condensation. Of course, we had to do our recording. We didn't want to open them on you guys, so you're going to get a little bit of ASMR here, but unintentionally. We wanted to make it sure that you guys know for a fact that
this is a genuine, like,
first time reaction.
Yeah.
So should we try the Oreos first, or should we try the Coca-Cola first?
I say we try the Coke.
While they're still cold.
Well, not only that, because you don't want the flavor of that to influence the flavor of this, I feel.
Or what if you don't want the flavor of this to influence the flavor of that?
I was doing ASMR on accident.
And then what if we do a little mixture of this dunked in
you let me know how that goes.
cups?
Ready?
3, 2, 1.
I love that sound.
I heard this doesn't smell very good, but it tastes really good. Somebody told me that at work. Yeah, it does smell a little funky. I heard it smells like booty cheeks, but it tastes really good. Doesn't it smell funky?
No, it smells like an Oreo.
I guess I kind of smell... Why does Oreo smell a little bit like booty cheeks when you first open it?
I don't want
I got a big sniffer, so it goes right up in there. It's like a submarine. It's like... Dong, dong, dong. Again, lack of sleep, not drinking. Been up since 3 a.m. It is currently like 7
o'clock.
And our show's about to start, so we're going to get started on this. Cheers. So, Oreo flavored Coca-Cola, 0 sugar. I'm not a big 0 sugar guy. Zero sugar.
Being all healthy.
0 sugar kind of ruins flavors on food and drinks, but
cheers.
That's just my opinion. Well, you gotta give my mouth a moment to process what it's tasting. At first, you don't taste anything, and then it comes in. That's what I like about Coca-Cola. You don't taste anything. There's like a few seconds when you're drinking Coca-Cola where you're like, where's the flavor? And you're like, oh, there it is.
Holy wow.
Well, do we have a new favorite Coca-Cola? What do you think?
I don't know if I would necessarily call it a favorite. Is it good? It is by far something that is definitely different. And as you were saying, like
necessarily say it's good. Then.
It's a good different, not a bad different. I do agree with what you were saying. It was kind of like, at first I was like, really? Like,
No
that was a
flavor?
disappointment. Because all I got was like a mouthful of carbonate, like bubbles. And I'm like, where's the soda? But I taste the Oreo. It's an interesting concept. It's a very interesting concept, I think.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of the times it's placebo. Like, they tell you it's something, and then you just taste that. Because, like, sometimes you're like, I don't taste nothing. And then, like, somebody says, oh, it's supposed to taste like this. Then you taste it that way.
Like when we had the spiced apple, and then someone said, oh, it tastes like pumpkin. And then you drank it again, and you're like, now it tastes pumpkin, don't you?
Yeah, it was like caramel apple first.
And then I was like, I didn't until you just said that. Thank you. But no, like, what are your thoughts, feelings, emotions about that?
If I had to rank it, I'd give it like a 8 out of 10. I'd definitely drink it multiple times again, but you know, it's up there. But I wouldn't say it's my favorite version of Coca-Cola.
I mean, I give it a 6.
6. Wow.
6 out of 10.
Ouch.
No,
I'm just kidding. I think these are gonna, not to rag on Coca-Cola. I mean, it's not my favorite brand to pop, but they do a good job. But something that's never failed me is Oreo. Oreo always makes good. And they always come out good. And just so you know, it's never been open. You guys are going to hear it here yourself. It's going to get a little crinkly. We have another flavor of Oreos because it's fall season. So we got another one for you guys as well we're going to try. Here we go. Ooh.
Oh, right off the bat, I'm liking the
presentation first.
You
know, you always like your rose. The red.
Oh, and then look, mine.
There's Coca-Cola on it. They always do a good job. See if I can get a different. Here's one that just says Coke. And
manhandle all of them.
I'm manhandling them all. That's all. That's the only 3.
So, Coca-Cola, the little pop bottles, and then
glass pop bottles. I'm all 3 in there. There you go.
I'm all up in the camera.
There we go. So yeah, there we go. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, I already tasted a little after that. It's like, I don't want to say anything until you've tried it. Ooh, it smells like Coke. Yeah, it tastes good. Wow. Is this what heaven is? If you guys haven't, first off, find them while you can, because they were hiding them from me at the store. I'm sorry, were you going to say something?
It got the little, like, pop rocks or something in them because it's effervescent.
That's a big word I'm going to have to look up later. I don't even know how to spell that motherfucker. I mean that mother beeper.
But I'm kind of sad though with these.
They taste like bottle caps.
I'm not really getting much of a Coca-Cola taste.
I am. Oh, it does have pop rocks in it.
Yeah, they keep hitting in the back of my throat.
They're on like the back of my tongue. Dude, this is weird.
I mean,
This is, to me, it tastes like Coke. Again, disclaimer here, Fidget never did quite get her taste 100% back from COVID. So, she does have a little off on the taste there.
But
sometimes.
I'm not tasting.
For her, yeah.
Well, maybe like tomorrow.
You did only have one taste, too.
So did you.
I kind of mouthed the other one, too, though. Try another one.
Yeah, so.
We both got Coke.
I mean, I smell it. It smells.
To me, it tastes exactly like it smells.
To me, it smells like a can of pop. Like,
Yeah.
I want to taste it so desperately. Like, I hate this.
You know those bottle caps that taste kind of like cola? That's what this tastes like to me. I like it. For me, again, Oreo doesn't disappoint me. I'm going to have to give this one I'd probably give this one a 7 out of 10. Just because Oreo has so many good flavors. I don't want to put it above any of the, other classics that I like. Even a regular is pretty good. This is really good.
I mean,
And the presentation alone. I almost want to give it higher just because of that.
I like the presentation. I like how it's, the red on one side to represent the the can. I will say the little pop rocks, for the bubbles and stuff, that's always fun. I'm kind of getting a little faint taste, but then again, lovely taste buds don't want to work properly. But for me, I'm gonna give these again a strong 6.
Okay, she's a 6 strong. One more 6 and she's 666. Just warning her. She might be the devil. And I will do the dunk test here in a bit. Just want to get on to the next one. But we got a fall season flavored one. We got pumpkin spice. Again, not opened yet. First time trying them.
I'm excited for this one.
You said something about you may have had these before.
Probably have. I thought we've had these before.
I don't recall having these ones.
Grabbing 2.
I'm just going to grab one. I'm not as excited about these as I am Coca-Cola ones, so I'm just going one.
It's a nice presentation.
Looks like Dookie in the middle, but that's okay.
Well, it looks like a can of pumpkin.
Oh, smells really good. Cheers. I just want to smell it and make it into a candle. I don't know why I was scared to go into this one. It's pretty good. Wow. Aftertaste is even better than the first taste. It goes, hey, hey. And it leaves on a high note. It's like, yeah! Ooh, woo! That's some good stuff right there.
So nice, I have to try it twice.
Man, I was down this, and now I'm like, where have you been my whole life? I don't know, sometimes pumpkin can be too much. It just says there's never could be enough pumpkin. But
these, I like it because it's got that nice... It's got that nice pumpkin taste, but then, I also get, the cinnamon.
Yeah, and the crackers give a good...
Oh, it's okay. Excuse me. No, it started to go down the wrong way. But it's kind of like the cookie part itself. It's like the crust, and then you got the filling. So it's, to me, it's kind of like eating a little mini pumpkin pie. I give this a strong 9.9 out of 10.
Wow. I was going to go with 9 out of 10. I'm a solid guy. I don't do the point thing. I don't like the decimal system thing. I understand my decimals, but it doesn't mean I want to use them. I just think people need to stick with a number. Not be undecisive on what number it is. Me personally, 9 out of 10. Good. Might be my favorite one. Who knows? Again, I would try either one of these anytime. I'm going to get the Coca-Cola one as much as I can while it's out. Who knows how long it will be.
Let's stock up on them.
Again, the presentation on these with the red now. We get the official red cookie. Which we've had red cookies before with the red velvet ones. But I called it earlier when we were talking. Next 4th of July. Now that they have an official red colored cookie, they better do a blue colored cookie. And I want to see a red, white, and blue. Where it's red, white filling, and blue cookie.
Oh, so it's red and blue are the cookies.
And then, of course, have the Pop Rocks in it that make it red, white, and blue as well.
And then, they should put, a star.
Yeah,
on,
or
the cookie.
Fireworks, or the American flag.
Oh, why not? There are
yeah, multiple things.
Design ideas.
Happy 4th on it. Independence. It's Independence Day.
Sure.
I'm just giving you ideas here. Taco Bell, feel free to take my tangy barbecue idea too. I actually tweeted that to them once. No response, of course.
Maybe you should tweet it again. Just remind them.
I got off X.
Oh yeah.
X is just weird now. Another episode. I don't know why I'm doing this, but
You keep
Hey.
doing it too. That's the fun
oh well.
thing.
So now let's do the dunk. I'm gonna mix the two new flavors.
I'll
And she's gonna watch and probably throw up.
dunk it with you. Why not?
All right. Here we go. Hope you like purple color. Purple. That's really purple. So we're pouring in our drink.
How much are you pouring in?
Well, I gotta pour in enough to dunk. It's gotta be dunkable. And you hold it in there for 20 seconds to let it be soggy.
No, because then what if it mine?
20 seconds is just enough. If anybody knows, 20 seconds, and I'll count it for us, is just enough to get it soft. Not too soft to where you drop it. 21 seconds is where it drops. Okay, so my finger's in it. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi, 6 Mississippi, 8 Mississippi, 9 Mississippi, 10 Mississippi, 12 Mississippi, 13 Mississippi, 14 Mississippi, 15 Mississippi, 16 Mississippi, 17 Mississippi, 18 Mississippi,
mine's getting
19
soggy.
Mississippi, 20 Mississippi. I know, it gets a little soggy, but it's not. You can still hold it. That was gross. I mean, it wasn't bad, but no, it wasn't really that great. That's basically dumping Oreos with Coca-Cola, but vice versa, because the Coca-Cola is the cookie and the Oreo is the drink. And you wouldn't do that normally anyway, so why would you do it now? That was just dumb. It wasn't bad.
0 out of 10. Do not recommend.
Okay, maybe it was bad.
I'm glad
I'm
it
not,
was
like-
soggy enough to the point where I could just kind of mash it a little bit, then swallow
And now
it.
the tingly's going too, and it's just weird. I don't
Pop
know.
Rocks.
Yeah,
Cheers. Let's drink the rest of this.
I don't know what I was thinking. You wouldn't normally mix Coca-Cola with Oreo cookie anyway, so why would you do vice versa when it's switched flavors? Maybe it was just to celebrate the new flavors, do something random.
So now we can say we've done it, and so now we don't ever have to try it again.
Yeah, I don't recommend.
The 0 out of 10.
All right, that has been this episode. Of course, I got some editing to do. You guys won't see this for a couple weeks. But when it comes out, hey, feel free to comment, subscribe, give the old like skis. Until next time, let me put this lid on. Be safe. Much love, guys. And peace.